I mean, I think, especially starting the game, it was a lot of turnovers. I think we had 9 in the first quarter. And then once teams get out in transition, start seeing the ball go to the basket, obviously confidence starts to grow, and then it's hard to stop a team at that point, no matter who's out there.
Is there one thing that might give you concern heading into the regular season with you guys?
For us, I mean, we have to be able to contain dribble penetration. I think that was a big thing, and then fouling. I think those two were big things for us. And we show stats like every time, how many times the ball touches the paint, and then points per possession on those possessions, and then how many times the ball doesn't touch the paint, and the points per possession on those possessions. And obviously, we're a much better defensive team, and we don't allow the ball to get into the paint. But with that, we need to be a lot more consistent in that end.
Got to do this.
Yeah, definitely. It's funny when he came, I was like, God, we always got to have 2 Iowa guys here. But no, I mean, it's great. Obviously, he's a veteran, and everybody knows exactly what he brings, and he also brings some size for us. So I definitely think he's a good addition. Obviously, we haven't shot the ball well in the preseason, but I mean, I think everybody's looking forward to getting to the game where they start to count and make sure everybody has their leg on them.
We've seen you do really great things here at Sacramento the past couple of years. But I feel like the rest of the country has probably not seen it as much as because of Sacramento. Getting an all-NBA this year, what is it going to take for them to notice that a little bit more, for you to get that recognition?
I mean, I think it's the same thing that happened 2 years ago. You have to win games. You have to be able to. You have to be in the playoffs. Obviously, we have more TV games than we've had in the past, but I mean, those are the things. But at the end of the day, I think winning solves a lot of problems.
You guys haven't shot the ball very well from 3, but what have you thought of the looks created?
I think they've been great. I mean, you go back and watch the film. I mean, transition threes have been open. We've had drive, swing threes that have been open that just haven't gone down. And you live with those results. Like you can't be a result oriented person or team, but as a team, you definitely love the quality of looks that we're getting. And at the end of the day, we have to start knocking them down.
What about 0-5 in the preseason? Does that bug you guys at all?
I mean, obviously you want to win every single game, but I mean, talk about the first 2, we had the lead, going in the half and even going into the third quarter. And then obviously we don't play in the fourth quarter. The guys who usually finish the game, so you don't look at it in that aspect. But I've also been a part of the team that's gone 4-0, and then I think we lost like 2-8, like starting the season. So I mean, obviously going into the preseason, you want to play the right way. But at the end of the day, you can't really look at the wins and losses because it's not really, it's not the same.
So ball security and things like that, shooting. You guys feel like it's going to come around?
Yeah, I mean, I think the last 3 games our ball security was terrible, and I think our first 2 games our ball security was pretty good. So obviously, we're not gonna. I think you said we averaged 4 turnovers a half in the first 2 games, and it's like obviously that's not gonna. A team averaging less than double-digit turnovers, I don't know if that's ever happened, but if we can try to replicate that as much as possible while getting the quality looks that we've been getting, I think that's a recipe for a pretty good offense.
So conversations, in terms of your future and declining the contract, and how do you just kind of look at that going forward for you in your circumstance here in Sacramento?
I mean, I want to win at the end of the day, and I think that's everybody's goal. But I mean, I'm not really going to sit here and obviously get in the contract talks or anything like that. So.
Do you feel like when you do go through this season because of it, will you be looking at things differently than maybe you have in years past as it pertains to your future?
I mean, not necessarily, especially with how long I've been in the league. After signing the first contract, you continue to play and you continue to try to win and try to build where you are. So nothing else really crossing my mind.
We get to today. How tough is this? I know it's year 8 for you, but it's cut down like the last 24 hours. It's cut down day the last 24 hours. How tough is that just to see some guys that maybe won't get to play again?
Well, usually it happens a lot sooner. I feel like this is actually late for it, but I mean that's the nature of the business. Obviously, when the regular season's about to start, and then when you get around the trade deadline, like you really start. Obviously, trades happen, before the trade deadline, but when the deadline comes around, you kind of start seeing things that no one thought was going to happen. But that just shows that there's a business side to this game, and I've been in the league long enough to understand it and not really, allow it to affect me. But especially when it's younger guys who haven't been around this yet, transferring college is a whole lot different than getting traded. So they'll figure that out.
How's the NCAA last night?
Man, it was crazy. It's crazy. We didn't practice at their practice facility, but when we got there, you see the locker room, you see the arena, you can only imagine what their side actually looks like. So Ballmer did an excellent job with that arena for sure.
Hopefully the ball opens and that.
Man, I think it's a great addition because I was talking like, I guess they're trying to make it like a college atmosphere, and then Doug was like, that's how some soccer arenas are or some soccer stadiums are. I'm like, I think it would be cool, especially if they have their fans coming in and showing out. And I was talking like, obviously, if you're standing up the whole game, those tickets are probably a little cheaper than other tickets. So I think it's a great idea for sure.
With some of the turnover issues you had in the last few games, how much of it is that like preseason, getting to know things, trying new things out? Like, what do you think was kind of like the biggest issue there?
I think a lot of them for us were really unforced. Not even like it was somebody super pressuring the ball or anything like that. For us, it's just kind of being indecisive. Obviously, trying to play within ourselves, trying to play with new guys, and then kind of the wrinkles that we've changed in our offense. But with that, it comes with chemistry, and then obviously trying to do things at not 100 miles per hour all the time, but playing with pace, and then, like I said, just learning a little bit of the new offense.
Thanks, everyone.